Hello learners, NIOS welcomes you to Painting Subject Video Series. This is lesson number 4, Painting of Medieval Period. Part 1. The process of the lesson. First, we will have the background about the medieval period. Then, understand the preparation or the process of preparing the palm leaves for painting. Then there will be the new words. Then the first painting from Buddhist manuscripts. After that, we have the second painting, which is a Jain miniature on palm leaf. Then the third painting from the Rajasthani style. Finally, the summary and then the questions and answers. Now, we will discuss the background about the medieval period in India. The medieval period in India. During the 11th and the 12th century, the Gupta dynasty was on a decline. Along the decline of the Gupta dynasty, there was a rise of other powerful rulers, primarily the Palas in the east, which was Bengal and the adjoining areas. In the west were the Rajputs, and the south were two dynasties, namely the Cholas and the Chalukyas. During this time, Buddhism, Jainism and Hinduism became the primary and the important religions. Buddhism and Jainism spread in the western and the eastern parts of India. As we would know, the Gupta time was a golden period. Jainism and Buddhism both spread respectively in the western and the eastern parts of India. So, the north had different religion, south had a different religion, but Buddhism and Jainism took the western and the eastern parts. The Jain miniature painting were patronized in Gujarat. The Buddhist manuscript illumination developed in Bihar and Bengal. The paintings and the calligraphy was done on palm leaves. The palm leaves had a process where after the preparation you would thread it and then bind it by wooden covers. Also, the inner side of the wooden covers was also painted. Now, we will discuss the background about the preparation of palm leaves for painting. The palm leaves, after accumulating palm leaves, they were kept underwater for 1 month or so. It would soak water, become soggy, which were then taken and dried and smoothened with conch shells. The conch shell, the surface was used to ensure that all the water came out and the surface became smooth. After that, these leaves were cut into rectangular shapes. There was a little technical problem here, that there were some leaves which were brittle and they would break easily, and they had to be replaced by another kind of durable palm leaves which was known as Shritada. They had more life and were more durable. Now we will learn new words from this lesson. Medieval period. So, the timeline of Indian history has been broken into 3. So, first is the ancient, which is 20 lakh BC right up to 1200 AD. So, this was the ancient period. Then is the medieval period, which is 1200 AD then to 1857 AD. This is known as the medieval period. And then the modern period, which is 1857 AD to 1947 AD. So, the medieval period, that is 1200 AD to 1857 AD, illuminated manuscript. These were handwritten books which had stories in calligraphic fonts as well as paintings. Calligraphy is the visual art of writing. One of the 2 sects of Buddhism is known as Mahayana. The followers of this sect believed that Buddha was God. Also, after Buddha's death, there were idols made. The followers of Mahayana pray to these idols. The third point here is that the believers of this sect worship bodhisattvas. Bodhisattvas were enlightened beings who, like Siddhartha Gautama, who had left his life of luxury and royalty to travel on the path of enlightenment. Bodhisattvas are similar beings who followed Lord Buddha's path, and Mahayana believers worship bodhisattvas as well. And this sect is known as Mahayana. Padmasana is the lotus position. In yoga, this is a very prominent position. The 2 major sects of Jainism, they are known as Shvetambara, and the other sect is known as Digambara. The characteristics of the Shvetambara sect is, first, they wear only white clothes. Second, they wear face masks. Third, both men and women are allowed. These are the characteristics of Shvetambara. Then the Digambara sect is, the people of this sect, they do not wear clothes. Second, they have given up all belongings, all materials, they have given it up, not even their clothes do they keep. And lastly, this group consists only males. These are the two major sects of Jainism. The path is different, but the principles, the path, the goal or the purpose is the same, but the path and the principles are different. Architecture is the study of designing buildings and physical structures. Structures could include any and everything. It could be a stadium, it could be a conference hall, whatever it is. The study of the designing is known as architecture. Religious means related to religion or showing faith, belief or devotion to any religion. For example, this is a religious place, or my father is very religious. Region is an area. For example, India has south and north. Hinduism. Hinduism is an Indian religion started 4000 years ago. Scholars believe Hinduism is world's oldest religion. Hinduism right now is the third largest religion in the world. Hinduism believes in three important concepts. The first is samsara, which means life, death and rebirth. The second principle is karma, or the action and effect. So, if you have a positive outlook, a positive approach, you would get blessings. So, that would be positive karma. But if you have a negative approach, you do wrong to others, you will get punished or you will get result of the wrongdoing. And third concept is Atma or soul. Jainism. Jainism is an ancient Indian religion. This religion was founded by Mahavira during the 5th to the 6th century BC. In Jainism, the most important principle is ahimsa or non-violence. So, violence could be of lot of types, giving verbal or inflicting any kind of pain, to animals is also violence. So, they believe in non-violence, complete ahimsa. The Jainism or the Jains have three guiding principles. First is right belief. Example, the culture of respect is right belief. Second is right knowledge. Knowledge could be of various types. There are people who can hack into ATM systems and take money. That is also knowledge, but is that right knowledge? No. Then right conduct, that is our behavior, our approach. So, if we are two-faced, that is not right conduct. We have to be genuine and ensure we have a positive conduct. These are the three guiding principles of Jainism. Lastly, the followers of Jainism have two sects, which are the Swetambara, who wear white, use a mask on their faces, and both male and females can join, and then the Digambara, who are people who do not wear clothes, they do not have any personal belongings, and only males are allowed in this sect. These are the two sects. The purpose, the goal is the same, the paths and the principles are different. Buddhism, founded by Siddhartha Gautama, also known as Lord Buddha, somewhere in 2500 years ago in India. So, if now it is 2020, we go back all the way to 500 BC, and that was the time when Buddhism was established in India. The word Buddha means enlightened or awakened. A person who embraces the suffering and the reality, leaves a life of comfort, leaves their normal life to be on the path of spiritual enlightenment and awakening, and this person is known as Buddha, or the word Buddha. After the death of Lord Buddha, which is around 483 BC, the followers of Buddhism established two sects, which is Hinayana and Mahayana. Now we have more groups. For example, Theravada Buddhists, primarily in the south, places like Sri Lanka, Thailand, etc. And we also have Tibetan Buddhism. And more in the north. Dalai Lama is the current leader of Tibetan Buddhists, and he is still alive. Layman means a common or an ordinary person. A monk is a person who chooses life of prayer and service and leaves society voluntarily. Brittle is an object which is hard but can break easily. Draftsmanship is the ability to draw and design well. Instrument means tools. For example, you have musical instrument like the drums, guitar, keyboard, etc. Then you have surgical instruments which are used in hospitals. You have scalpel, you have forceps, etc. Then we also have engineering instruments, for example, compass or the measuring tape. Hope you enjoyed watching part 1 of this lesson. If you have any queries, please email us at signlanguage@nios.ac.in. For more information, you may visit our website www.nios.ac.in. Thank you.